Hi, I'm Mike Hossie from NIU Athletic Communications here with head volleyball coach Ray Gooden as we talk about this weekend's series here at Victory Court against the Miami RedHawks. But first, we need to talk about a couple special players, Coach Gooden, because after your team swept Ball State last week, the NIU Huskies swept the MAC West Volleyball Player of the Week awards. Grace Balancy for Setter of the Week, Caitlin Bell, Offensive Player of the Week, and Kennedy Wallace, Defensive Player of the Week. After a series in which your team dominated Ball State at a very tough place to play at Worthen Arena.
Yeah, for sure, for us to find success at Ball State, which is a very, very difficult place to play, and historically we've had our challenges there. For us to put together two really good matches says a lot about our team and what they're able to accomplish that weekend.
Now we head into this weekend, and last night's match, a thriller. Miami goes up 2-1. You guys pull out a fourth set, 25-23, and then win the fifth set, 15-11, in a match that was, if you look at the box score, it looks like Miami definitely should have maybe won the match, but you guys had 13 blocks to Miami's 7. You had 8 aces on the night. And as you said after the match, won the right points at the right time late in the match.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the box score, looking for anything to tell you a story, the story is that it shouldn't have looked that way. But again, we did a good job, I think, especially later on, doing some things against a really good Miami team. They were serving, a real tough serve across the board. We were able to slow down a couple of their key players, turn some of the right points at the right times, and pull out the match, I think 15-11 in the fifth.
Yeah, and then, the offense paced by Katie Jablonski, another double-double on the season, 15 kills, 11 digs. Candy Shelley, 18 digs in the match. Grace Balancy for 37 assists. As we noted during that four-match winning streak, you said a lot of the times it's that first contact and a lot of ball control that can lead to a lot of good offense. And that's what you saw over those last 4 matches before today.
For sure. I think there's kind of like a continuing evolution of what our team is, and we're trying to do things with some tempo. We're trying to do some things with some balance. And that's when we're at our best. We know that. We know that when we are handling the ball, we get balance across the board. We're doing some pretty good things. It's a challenge for us to when teams are playing against us. When we become one-dimensional, it becomes a lot harder. And it becomes more of a challenge for our team against teams.
I know Coach Carlson with women's basketball likes to say that shooting can be contagious. Could it be the same way with your team on that first contact? I mean, Candy Shelley over the last 4 matches has been great as the libero in the back row, getting that good pass to Grace Balancy who can put the ball to any of the 3 hitters in the front row. Have you seen that kind of be the same way with your team over the last stretch of matches?
Yeah, Mike, and I think it's also, first contact isn't necessarily just from serve receive. It could be on that initial dig. Sometimes your first contact is on your spike, even with your serve. And I think as we are working to find consistent ways with a positive first contact, it does good things for our team, and it puts pressure on other teams.
And then to look at tonight's match, a tough one. Miami's offense came alive tonight. They hit over 300. They were siding out at a good percentage. They sweep the match 25-22, 25-21, third set 25-15. It felt like a match that would have been played in the first 2 or 3 weeks of the year where you guys are still trying to find your rhythm, trying to find the right rotations. And Miami just kept getting kill point after kill point and getting good swings and doing what you had been doing over the last 4 matches that were all wins.
Yeah, I mean, tonight's my fault. I mean, I take full responsibility for the match tonight. I didn't get our group prepared well enough to compete. We know Miami was going to come out and continue to play hard and played really well. Coach Condit and her staff always do a great job with it. We made some adjustments, just like they made some adjustments, and they were just able to execute their style of play a little bit more, a little bit longer than we were able tonight. So I've got to do a better job getting everybody ready to do what we need to do to be okay moving forward.
This match aside, you're now past the halfway point of the season, if you can believe it now, 12 matches in at 5-7. At one point, this team was 1-5. What have you seen over the last couple of weeks that says this team knows or is on the right track to be a team that'll contend for one of the 4 spots in the MAC tournament in the first weekend of April?
And I don't even know if we look that far right now. I think we just managed what's in front of us. I think we did a better job over the last few weeks, seeing some positives, some of our players, having the courage to make some plays and do some things and know that they can do those things and not worry about the score or what could happen. They just kind of played in the moment. And I think that's when we're at our best. And when we're doing it together, as cliche as it is, we haven't had, that one star, all the time. We can lean on her and get whatever the stat line is going to be, points or assists or whatever it's going to be. We have to be a balanced team, and we're going to see moments of it. I still think we're going to see moments of it as well. That's what we have to continue to work towards, where everybody can contribute, doing positive things for a long period of time.
With that, do you think you've really built a good sense of depth on this team? Because, you've used a lot of players in a lot of different roles. You're not afraid to go 4 or 5 deep into your bench in a given set to try and pull it out. Do you feel like that's a good thing for you heading down the stretch where you've got players to rely on that can come in at a moment's notice and contribute?
We know that we're not going to be able to have a 6, 7, or 8, person rotation. That's it. I mean, people are going to have to come in and help out. And we see it from on back-to-back nights. Part of it's going to be the preparation. Part of it's the understanding that, you might get a chance to make one play. You might be involved in 50 plays or 100 plays. And whenever your time is called inside the square, you've got to try to do your best as best you possibly can, give max effort for as long as you possibly can. And we have players that are capable to do it. I think in every position, we have people that are capable to do it. I mean, you see the interchanging of our bumpers, with Kennedy Shelley and Sam Juarez, you see with our setting, see with our pin hitters, with our middles. When we have people that can do things, there's not like a number one and that's it. I mean, we have people that are capable of doing things. We're going to need everybody every single weekend, every single match, and every single play.
Just to take a step back to the macro, because it's 6 weeks now into a spring season. Is there any sense of a flow now to like, all right, now we're in it. Now we're used to all the testing protocols. What do you got to some of the hoops you got to jump through now when you go out on the road? Just everything that's now gone into playing this spring.
Well, I mean, we can say yes to that, and it'll change next week. I think one of the new additions has been the fact that we've had fans, and so now parents come in, and it's great to see them, and they're trying to understand what the protocols are, and it's nice for our players to see their families and significance, and that part's really good for us. And as we move forward, there might be another change. Who knows? I told the group today, I think this right now it feels like October for me, where we're in that grind, going through it, a few weeks in, and now it's about seeing teams go one of two ways. They trend up or they trend down. I mean, we want to continue to trend upward. We don't want to feel like we peaked at Ball State. We want to feel like we continue to get better and improve, see improvements individually and as a group. So, we've got to kind of reset ourselves as we go through this grind, because we're going to have this stretch, this 4-match homestand, and then we're going to go through another series, and then we're going to have a really big grind at the end when we play 3 matches in a week. So we're trying to, section these out and try to manage each section as best we possibly can.
You talked about the homestand. It wraps up next week, March 4th and 5th, against an Akron team that you lost on the road to last season. They're at Central this week, and they're a team that they have some good pieces. They're on the rise under Coach Tom Hanna. First glance at the Zips, what do you expect?
Well, they're going to be scrappy for sure. They had one of their best seasons last year. They know how to win a lot more than they have in the past. And credit to Coach Hanna with his group, what they've been able to do, and those kids put a chip on their shoulder. They really want to prove that they're a team in the MAC that you need to be prepared for. We have to respect them, like everybody else. And so we know they're going to come in really hungry to play. We're going to regroup here, get ourselves going, get ready for a good week, and then battle against Akron next weekend, next Thursday and Friday.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck next week. We'll talk to you then.
Thanks, man. Take care.